I'm really Rick Astley. I swear. And to celebrate my first album since 1993, I'm here to let you ask me anything. Hey, Rick. I love 50 and have been listening to it on repeat since it came out. My question is about your latest videos. I think a lot of people who know your older work would be really surprised by how strange your newer music videos have been, in a good way. So I'm wondering. 1. What's the story behind the whole dancing, horned devil Y, satyr Y, fantastical underworld theme of the dance music video? 2. Same question, but the you being kidnapped theme in Angels on My Side. 3. What song is getting a video next? Yeah, in a nutshell, the director Noble Jones, he said he was up for going the video for it. He's an American guy, lives in LA. I spoke to him when I was back home about making the video and I said to him, I'd like you to come up with a concept and idea and what have you and I'll just fit into it. He shot some really amazing videos, and if you're working with something of that level you have to give them free rein. And if you don't like it, don't do it of course, but you have to trust him. I was a bit nervous about what the devil and God would actually worry about, but I think A did an amazing job, and picked the exact right people for it and it's really cool. He shot some really big artists, Taylor Swift, Michael Bublé, but he also has a really cinematic look of what he does, and you really have to trust someone and say, I'll just fit into it. Hi Rick. I have a few questions. 1. Have you ever felt limited being a baritone in a tenor's world? What is your song selection process like? I'm a baritone and find it frustrating. However, we are in good company with the likes of yourself, David Byrne, and Paul Buchanan to name a few of my favorites. 2. How was working with Saw? 3. How do you write songs? What's your method? To be honest, I don't love the fact that male vocals are dominated by high-pitched guys. Some of which are incredible, but for me it gets a bit whiny at time. Ha ha ha. On this record in particular, I wrote everything, so obviously I just write it in the key that's comfortable for me to sing it. That's one of the things about going back to my old songs, Never Gonna Give You Up, etc. They always used to push me so hard to reach the notes anyway, because it makes for a more exciting vocal. But I never sing them in that key anymore anyway, because I'm 50 for fuck's sake. But I've done a couple of tours in the UK where I've done some Frank Sinatra stuff, and a bygone era, and I really, really love it. There's no one better than Frank, he knew what he was doing. Hey Mr. Astley. A lot of people don't believe me when I say that Never Gonna Give You Up is one of my favorite songs, mostly cause I'm 19 and I was born after your song was released. The reason I got exposed to your song in the first place was cause of the Family Guy cover done by Brian Seth MacFarlane. My question is, how did you feel about Family Guy bringing back your song? Did the creators from Family Guy approach you about it? Or did they just do it without asking like they normally do a lot stuff also? What did you think of Brian's rendition of your song? They definitely didn't approach me about it. Brian sings incredible. Yet it's funny because one of our neighbors said that their son suddenly realized that I was kind of famous and used to sing. That was what connected the dots for them, was watching Family Guy, so in their estimation I became remotely somewhat kind of cool because I had the piss taken out of me on Family Guy. It was incredibly hilarious. I think I wet myself the first time watching it. I later did lines for the Family Guy game, and asked them to make me as rude as possible. Is the information about you making only $12 off of the rickrolling phenomenon true, or if it is true, has it even been updated? This question has puzzled me for a while now. Here's an article that was recently posted about it. No, it's not true. Because if I'm gonna be absolutely honest, I was paid a chunk of money to do a commercial for Virgin, and also I rickrolled the Macy's Day Parade and they paid me a chunk of money for that. I've never even tried to find out what was actually made from the YouTube hits. I've never really thought about it. I don't really care. I feel it's been an adventure anyway. I have been paid well twice, for rickrolling. I also did that because I thought it would be the death of rickrolling, but it hasn't been really. What's your favorite type of sandwich? Ooh. It's a cheese and ham, but I need to qualify why. I don't really like to fly, so I drive everywhere. Literally I've driven from Oslo to Lisbon. From Budapest to Paris, and the one thing you can be assured for at any petrol station, anywhere in the world, if you just go cheese and ham, it will be edible. It's like a savior to me. It's like a light at the end of the tunnel, a cheese and ham sandwich. And only a fool would go for a prawn sandwich when they have OT work at the end of that car ride. I actually stop people sometimes eating prawns and shellfish. I'll go, "We've got a 12-hour flight, you know," and they'll go, "Shit, you're right." This is bound to go swimmingly. D. In your experience, what has been the biggest perceivable change about A, your music, and B, the industry since you left it behind 20+ years ago? I mean, we just live in a totally different world, never mind music. Exactly what we're doing right now is proof of that. I think the one thing that will always be a constant is that people are going to love music and love to make music. The big difference is how we digest it and come across it and find it. It's not necessarily the music, the sound of music, the technology behind it, it's how we as humans interact with each other around music. That's the biggest change. Asterisk asterisk and also tune fucking vocals. Asterisk asterisk. Who inspired you to become a musician? Was it a former teacher or family, friends? To some degree, my sister Jane. She's the eldest in the family, and she was always cool. She took me to concerts when I was 10 years old. I went into Manchester to see Supertramp, and then a progressive rock band called Camel, and it just blew my mind. She could play a bit of piano as well, so she was just cool. And she used to take me to places that had frothy coffee, which was the coolest thing in the world. Which we know now as a cappuccino, of course. Thanks for the Ask Me Anything. Who are your favorite musical artists at the moment? And what's your favorite song right now? Well, for favorite song, oh my god, I'm stumped. I'll tell you what's my favorite right now. It's What's His Name, Gregory Porter, Hey Laura. It's an old song really, but we went to see him a few months ago. My wife is called Lena, you see. She doesn't know this, but I sing, "Hey Lena, it's me," around the house. There's a baritone for you. Well, probably a bass, never mind a baritone. Hi Mr. Astley. Do you keep in touch with the background dancers from your videos? Because the bartender from your Never Going to Give You Up video looks like he would be great for birthday parties and stuff. Would love to see you guys do a reunion. I'm not in touch with them, but it's 30 years next year, but maybe we should remake the video. The guy who stole my white raincoat in Northern Ireland has to come back to shoot the video with us. Are you ever mistaken for Martin Freeman? I'm rereading The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy as we speak. When they made it into a movie, he plays the lead character, of course. Martin is way better looking than I am, even though he's a bit of hobbit. I'm told. He's far more handsome than I, so I wouldn't insult him by saying we look similar. Even though he has big feet. Which music do you listen to and nobody would expect it? I think everybody listens to everything. I play drums in a power trio, drums and sing. And we play covers from the late 70s punk era up to Green Day and the Foo Fighters. And we're called the Luddites. And we have our big Christmas show coming up on the 23rd of December, where we shall rock. Who has been the nicest person you've worked with in music? Anyone that surprised you by being really awesome? It's Brian May from Queen because he actually asked me was it okay to do a solo in the middle of Never Gonna Give You Up. He asked me very politely if he could solo, to which I replied, yes, that's fine Brian. Favorite dish? There's too many, but I'll try to give you one. In Sardinia, there is a very special dish called, or a thing really, it's shaved fish called bodega, and you don't see it very often. It's just incredible. It's spaghetti with just bodega on it is amazing. I think partly because you don't see it very often, I really, really like that. Why take such a long break from music? I just wasn't ready. Didn't want to do it. And then 10 years ago, I went to Japan to do gigs because my wife and daughter wanted to go to Japan. And I found that it was really enjoyable to get on stage again. Rick, you're stuck on an island. You can have one book, one movie and one album. What are your three? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The Prestige, 'cause I can keep watching it over and over again. Bill Withers live at Carnegie Hall. Have you thought of opening a Subway-style chain of restaurants called Rickroll? I haven't thought of it, but it's now making me think of doing it. We'd start with the cheese and ham special. 'Cause no fool starts with a prawn. Do you still speak to Mike Stock, Matt Aitken, and Pete Waterman? I see Pete about twice a year, but the other guys I haven't really spoken to in a while. Not for negative reasons, just life. Hey Rick, how are ya? What are your top 5 all-time favorite movies? In no order. Asterisk Zulu. Asterisk Spartacus. Asterisk Gladiator. Asterisk Good Will Hunting. Asterisk The Prestige. Would you like to write a progressive metal album with me? Yes, absolutely. If it can be about dolphins and dwarves. Hi Rick, which K album in your opinion has the hardest cuts? Anything from Ridin' Dirty floats my boat. Hey Rick, what is your favorite breakfast food? Breakfast at home. Anything. It's just the point of I enjoy having breakfast at home because I've had a lot of breakfasts not at home. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss more awesome videos.